Hi, I'm Lorraine and welcome to my channel. Now just before I dive in there and pull your cards for today, I'd just like to say I am an experienced and professional, holistic and spiritual counsellor and mentor, and I offer 100% money back guarantee for image readings, tarot readings, also the programs, as well as spiritual and holistic counselling and mentorship, plus advice to help you with union with self and union with your person. Just check the details in the description box below this video for more information. So let's dive in there and let's see what messages the cards have for you, for both you and your person's love journey thus far. Messages for the collective. Messages for the collective. So you were coming in with the Wheel of Fortune, and you were also coming in with the Fool card here in your reading. See, with the Wheel of Fortune, how that's coming in here in your reading, it's coming in as a want and a desire here, but it also comes in as a wish. All right, guys? The want and the desire to create something here, a wish to create something, and hope that this is going to pan out here. Now, coming in with the Fool card here in your reading, because the Fool card comes in as self-discovery here. All right, so there is more than one way in which you can look at these two cards. Okay, it can come in as self, of course, especially coming in with the Fool card here, self-discovery here, guys. And I will break that down even further here. But what you may need to be aware of here in your reading is how to do this correctly. That's what I'm getting. As opposed to just jumping in there and thinking to yourself here, of course this can be you and both you and your person, that things are going to work. It's going to work out here. There is both positive and negative here, guys, coming through in your cards. Now, coming in with the Wheel of Fortune, you were coming in with Aquarius and Sagittarius, and coming in with the Fool card, you were coming in with Aries. Now, you were also coming in with Cancer, and you were also coming in with Scorpio here. And Gemini. Okay. I do need more cards here. Like I said, coming in with both these cards here, what it talks about there is that there is a correct way in which you can achieve ultimate abundance here. Alright guys, and the start point here in your reading is self-discovery, self-improvement here. That's where it comes from. Now when you're coming in that way, what it talks about there in your reading, in terms of the Wheel of Fortune, it comes in as most definitely knowing oneself, but knowing the negatives here, guys. To, you know, straight up, knowing the negatives about oneself so that you can create here or embrace the positives about oneself here. See, both cards can come in as a start point. And both cards come in as self here, about yourself. That's what I'm getting. Oh, sorry, and you're also coming in with Leo here. So you've got to, with the Fool card here, you've got to work through your negatives here, guys. That's what it's saying here. If you were wanting something, or if you're wanting a person, your person here, you have to overcome your own challenges and obstacles, your own blockages and barriers here. It's not other people. See, what I get here with these two cards, you have to work for it. You have to, it's coming in as making that conscious effort here in your reading to know oneself, because that's what the Fool card is about here. And so when you come in with self-discovery, that's what you're learning about yourself, but you're also learning about your potential here. But in order to know about your potential here, guys, you've got to know why you held back. What is it that you're holding back from here? Because the Wheel of Fortune can be seen as a comfort zone here, guys, as an outdated belief system and program. Right, I want to come in with some more cards here. In all its entirety here, the Fool card is a beautiful card here, guys. Alright? Now, if you were wanting to know more about yourself and you want to learn more about yourself, book an image reading with me, as I'm not just a tarot reader. All right, let's go. Okay, so you were coming in with the Five of Swords, you have the Ten of Wands, and you're coming in with the Ace of Swords here. you are coming in with the comfort zone here, guys, here in your reading. See, with the Fool card coming in, alright guys, and I spoke about that self-discovery here, yeah, it comes in as learning to trust with the Five of Swords. Learning to trust in yourself and the universe that this is the correct way. That's what it's saying. That Five of Swords can kind of come in as shortcuts, wanting to take shortcuts here, wanting it to come in straight like that, just like that. Here, it does come in as, well, the Five of Swords is about listening to other people here. Tell you who you are. And people like to do that, I must say, here. See, that's what the Fool card is about here, guys. It's self-discovery here, where you discover yourself here without the influence here, or without seeking guidance outside of yourself. That's what it's also talking about here. It's wanting to do something here, okay, purely based off an outdated belief system or program here, guys. Because it does come in as the correct way. So what is the correct way here in your reading? It also comes in here. So the obstacle and the challenge is, what is your intention? What is your agenda here? Yeah, of course, both you and your person, but what is it? What is it that you are wanting to do here? Because you actually know what you're doing. This is what it's saying here. You actually know what you're doing here. But in order to achieve what you were wanting to do here, there are requirements. And you are coming in with the Ace of Swords here. And the Ace of Swords talks about lessons learned here. And you've learned some hard lessons. You've learned some hard lessons here, or you're going to learn hard lessons. But you know that. That's what this is talking about here. Now, coming in with the Ten of Wands, what it talks about there in your reading is that it is coming in as that conscious effort. You're going to have to push through it here. What you want to do. It's coming in as against all odds here. The odds are stacked up against you. In a sense here, guys, because you're not dealing with certain issues. That's what it talks about. You're not dealing with your own core issues here that are connected to, here in your reading, negative attachments here. The Ten of Wands can come in as avoiding here, but it's avoiding and ignoring here, guys. The truth about yourself and your reality here, and just because you're coming in with layers, that's how I see it here. Now you have to be responsible, is what it talks about here, for your actions. You have to be responsible and you have to be accountable here. You can't rush. You can't rush it. Like I said, it's coming in as, well, I want it tomorrow. Well, I actually wanted it yesterday. But in all honesty here, guys, you're not kind of doing what you need to do in order to get it. In order to get to where you want to be here. I want to come in with some more cards just for now. It is coming in as leave the past behind here, but it does prove to be an obstacle and a challenge to do that. Of course, this can be both you and your person. All right, let's go. It comes in as wanting true and real love is what I'm getting here. Of course, this can be both you and your person here in your reading. So it comes in as, see, your person may have treated you as an option is what I'm getting. And it's coming in as wanting to be the one. Wanting to be the one, okay? The star that outshines all the others. Bear with me here, okay, guys? Yeah, wanting to be the one. Wanting to be the choice here. And willing to do anything to get it. And I'm not saying anything about that. Alright, guys? But what it tells me here in your reading, coming in with the Ten of Wands, is that you've already done everything possible to get your person's attention here. Now this could be vice versa. But it comes in as a blatant disregard here for the actions that you took or the actions that your person took in the past. Here. It comes in with that attitude of, well, it was okay to treat people that way. It was okay to do that. It was okay to treat you that way. And it was, and you know, even your person coming in and saying, oh, it was okay to treat you that way. Here. But it actually comes in as, like I said, so what's the intention? What are you wanting to do here? What is your person wanting to do here in your reading? It comes in as, I don't want to change, to be quite honest here. I didn't do anything wrong. What I'm doing, it's okay. I never did anything wrong. You're okay. I'm okay. They're okay. Here. That's what it's also talking about here in your reading. It is kind of coming in as um, I want to say lack, but the lack is accountability. That's how your reading is coming in. And like I said before, coming in with the Fool card, it is about self-discovery and self-improvement here. Alright guys, but you discover things about yourself. But in order to do that, you have to know the negatives here, guys, about yourself. Negative attachments to a past pain, hurt and fear of neglect, abandonment and rejection. That's what the Fool card is talking about. It sheds light as to why both you and your person take certain actions here. But these actions are coming in as patterns and habits with the rest of the cards on the board here. And these patterns and habits are coming in as toxic addictions here. And because of those toxic addictions here, it creates, I think that's the best word, or you develop here, guys, a mindset. And it can be seen as a stuck mentality here. Where you say to yourself, I don't have to be responsible here. There's a fear to be accountable. There's a fear to be, here in your reading, responsible is what I'm getting. There's definitely confusion here, internal and external here, fighting happening within your person, within yourself here. And even when it comes to dealing with others, here in your reading, it's like you're pissed off at your person, pissed off at yourself here, and you could be taking it out on other people, or you could be taking it out on your person, or vice versa here. So once again, it comes down to that core issue. And that core issue isn't your person here, guys. It comes in as, why does your person make you feel so uncomfortable? And why do they unsettle you here? Or make you nervous here in your reading? Why? And if you want to answer those questions here, guys, book an image reading with me, as I'm not just a tarot reader, because that definitely here in your reading needs to be looked at. It is coming in as the start point here, guys, but that start point is you. That start point is your person. It's not actually the relationship here in a sense. And I'm not saying you can't go towards your person. You can't have a relationship with your person. But what it's talking about here, and what the cards are saying here in your reading, is that you, for both you and your person, you're taking a past negative here, negative, painful and hurtful experience that you both went through. You're actually taking it towards each other. And by doing that, you have expectations on each other. Now, when you don't reach those expectations, or your person doesn't reach those expectations, you become reptilian here. And I'm not saying it's about being picture perfect. Alright, guys, your person is perfect, or anything along those lines here. All I'm saying here in your reading is that you need to be aware that there is a correct way in which you can achieve inner happiness and inner peace here. See, with the Hanged Man card coming out here, what it can talk about there in your reading, it's, Well, once again, it's a blatant disregard where you could be saying to yourself or your person, there's nothing wrong here. But by saying that, what it talks about there is not wanting to deal with a heartbreak here. But that heartbreak actually was already there. That's why you come in with the Two of Swords here, guys. It was already there. You already have clarity with the Ace of Swords here. So most definitely changes need to happen. You both want changes, but you may struggle here with how do I create those changes, because it may come in as only focusing on the environment here, okay, your everyday life, when in actual fact, the changes that could really help you make better choices and decisions actually comes from within. Let's see what the advice is. So you were coming in with the Knight, the Page of Wands here. You know, both the pages coming out in your reading are talking about the Fool card, the start point here. It is coming in as making that conscious effort here, guys. It actually talks about being selfless here. It talks about the drive here, guys. What motivates and inspires you is what I'm getting. But once again, what your reading is talking about here is how do I take the correct action with these pages? The Page of Wands and the Page of Cups. How do I take the correct action here? And how do I show myself unconditional love? Alright, that's what I'm getting. And if you were wanting to know here, guys, how to take the correct action, book an image reading with me for the third time here, as I'm not just a tarot reader. Now I am going to leave it there. Thank you so much for watching. Thank you for your video, your reading, and I'll catch you later. Bye.